Good morning, this is Delma Johnson from the Australian Missionary News. I have with me today Kylie Cronk from the Australian softball team. I'm just asking her a few questions about softball. Now Kylie, where did your love of softball come from?
It actually came from my family. I grew up in Toowoomba, and I remember from a very young age, I remember dragging my mum and my aunties and sometimes even my grandma out into the backyard just to throw me the ball so I could hit it or just play catch. So they actually did play, my family played sort of thing, and so that's where I blame the love of my of the game.
So from a very young age?
Very young age. That's some of my earliest memories are actually of going out in the backyard and hitting the ball around with my aunties.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. And so how valuable are your personal structures of support from your family and friends? And
yeah, absolutely, definitely very important. I had a lot of support from my mum during my junior years in the game, both financially and just being out there at the games and having that, like looking over to the sideline and knowing that they're there supporting you. Also, I suppose at the higher level when you go away on tour, so you might be away for weeks to months, you know, away from home, and just having them there on the other end of the phone, knowing that they're supporting you and in everything that you do with the sport, it definitely makes a difference. It's good to have that support there.
Yes, yeah, very good, excellent. And then what might be 2 or 3 of your career highlights, and how can we get softball back into the Olympics?
Well, fortunately, I actually was in the Beijing Olympics last year, so that was fantastic. That absolutely goes at the very top of my list as being my highlight. Standing on that dais and receiving the bronze medal is definitely like representative of all the hard work and everything that's been put into it. It's very disappointing for us as a softball community that it is out of the Olympics. I'm not sure how we're going to get it back in. We have been trying very hard campaigning. There's the Back Softball campaign going on, so we're still with that, and we're still trying very hard to try and get it back in to the Olympics for a lot of our junior players coming up. So yeah. I've been there and done that, and it's a great experience, so it'd be fantastic to get back in. Next year is our World Championships, so obviously the focus is on that right now, and there will be World Championships to come, so there's always that to look forward to as well.
Yes, that's good, but we would still like to see it back in the Olympics.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. And that was a fantastic that you got the reward of your bronze medal.
That's right, absolutely.
Yeah, very good. And so what techniques do you put in place for to handle stress in the big match?
Yeah, we're very fortunate. We have access to sports psychologists, and our sports psychologist is Rosie from the AIS, and she's just fantastic. So we get a lot of techniques through her workshops to try and handle that stress. So just things like trying not to blow it out of proportion, just be in the moment and do like what's required of you in that moment. So if it's to field the ball, it's fielding the ball, not trying to work out, oh, you know, the ball's coming to me, there's runners running everywhere, we're at the Olympic Games, you know, all that sort of stuff. You've got to push it aside and just be in the moment and do the job of what's required of you there and then.
That's good, excellent, very good. And then you live in Rockhampton, and so you have to do a lot of travelling to Brisbane and places for practice and for your game. So just describe how you support and encourage the less experienced girls in handling elite sports.
Yeah, that's right. So I live in Rockhampton. I probably travel to Brisbane every fortnight. Depends what time of year, like whether we're in competition, like in our domestic season at the moment. I've been coming down on a fortnightly basis, and I need to still train and everything at home based in Rockhampton. So we've got a lot of juniors actually in Rockhampton, so it's good that they get to see that, you know, yes, I've been to the Olympics and all the rest of it, but I'm still out training, I'm still just an ordinary person, and I started where they are, so it's kind of good to let them know that you know, I'm just a normal person and they can do what I'm doing and all that kind of thing. I travel down to Brisbane and play with a lot of young people in Brisbane, and even our Queensland team at the moment, and even the AIS girls are quite young compared to what the team has been previously. So it's just getting out there and doing it, and sort of leading in that experience sort of thing. So making sure that you get in there, get the job done, and they can sort of look to you and follow you in those footsteps.
Yeah, that's good, that's good. Well, thanks, Kylie. And this is Delma Johnson from the Australian Missionary News.